Hello again, everyone. Today's video is going to be on number sequence, and we're going to use both positive and negative numbers to complete the sequence. Now, I've got a couple of ways of showing how a number sequence will work, starting with just writing it in the correct order as indicated. Okay, so I've got this example here to kind of get us reacclimated to number sequence. Okay, now I'm assuming you already have an idea of what number sequence is or how it functions. So as always, this is just kind of another review or another source you can use to look at to help practice number sequence. Okay, so let's take a look at the directions here. And it says, write down the following sequence: 15, 10, 5. Excuse me. Now finish the sequence. So then in order to complete the sequence for this example, we're just going to write 0, -5, -10, and -15. So for this sequence, I'm just starting with 15 here, positive 15, and then I'm ending it with -15. Okay, so that's just the sequence I'm showing you here, just so you can see how it works here. So the sequence would go 15, 10, 5, 0, -5, -10, and -15. Okay. Now down here, I've got another example of a sequence. It says, do similar sequence counting by fours. So we're starting with 12, and then we'll end with -12. So we've got 12, 8, 4, and then now we'll finish the sequence with 0, -4, -8, and -12. Okay, so in the second example, I'm asking you what to count by, counting by fours. In the first one, I didn't ask, but as you can see on the sequence, you know you're counting by fives for the first example, for that sequence. Okay, so for the second one, we're counting by fours. It'll just look, as I just said, it'll be 12, 8, 4, 0, -4, -8, and -12. So that's the sequence counting by fours. Okay, let's do another example on our own without me showing you the sequence in its entirety. So let's take a look at this one here. And again, it says, write the order starting with the largest. So we've got -5, 2, and -1. And the directions say, write this down first and then put it, I'm sorry, excuse me, it says, write this down first and then put in the correct order. So basically you want to write this in the correct order, starting with the largest, meaning the largest number. So then the correct sequence would be is 2, -1, and -5. So as you can see, the directions, and this will be similar to the bonus activity, the directions may ask you to just finish the sequence without telling you whether you're counting by, ones or fours or threes, or it may just give you a set of numbers like this and just tell you to put it in the correct order. It could be the largest, it could be the smallest, it could be biggest or the least. So again, I'm trying to put things in where you're going to have to read the directions in order to complete it correctly, because I just don't want to give you a sequence and then show you something and then boom, it's the exact same thing. Okay, so again, as with all my lessons, I'm trying to give you some activities that involve some reading and comprehension to go along with whatever the topic is. In this case, it's math, and as you've seen in my other videos, I'm always doing that as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this number sequence here. And it says, identify the larger number. Identify the larger number, -6 and -2. So, and again, here I've got greater than, less than, and as with everything I've done so far, I'm going to assume you know what greater than or less than is. So you can just put down the correct indication of whether it's greater or less than, based on whatever the number is. So for this one, it says identify the larger number, -6 and -2. So -6 is less than -2, okay, based on this presentation here. Now, -2 is larger than -6. So here I just wrote -2 is greater than -6. So it's showing you that -2 is bigger than -6. Now again, remember, I'm using both positive and negative. So again, please read the directions carefully. All right, just read it carefully and take your time in doing this, and you should be okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the bonus activity now. So here's the bonus activity, and as you can see, it's basically an extension and a continuation of what I was just showing you. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. There's nothing really catchy or anything like that. It's just what it's showing you. Okay, you're just gonna have to read the directions. Okay, so for number one, it says write the missing numbers in each sequence. So like I did with that first example, you're just going to complete the sequence here and fill in the squares. Now, if they're a bit dark, you can just write it above if you print this out. However, you can write this on paper and just continue the sequence onward. If you write this on paper, please, for like letter A, please write 4, 3, 2, 1, and then finish the sequence off. Just write a square around the 4 answers that you put in to complete the sequence, please. Number 2 is just write the lower temperature. Okay, so again, lower temperature means which one is colder. Okay, so again, you have to read this carefully. Now, this isn't a test, so I can tell you here what lower means here. So lower is the colder temperature here. So for letter A, I'm not even going to say the degrees or the numbers at all because I'll probably give it away. But you can see here when I'm circling, these are your choices. And so circle the lower temperature, please. For the second part of number 2, it says the highest temperature. So which number is the higher or the warmer temperature? So for example, here, letter D, you have these 3 choices. So you're just going to write which one is the highest temperature or the warmer temperature, which one's the warmest, and just write it down, please. Number 3, write in order. And again, similar to what I showed you, it says start with the smallest number. So here you've got, and again, for letter A, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just circling it for letter A. And just finish the sequence off here. And again, if you write these on paper, you can just, for like letter 3A here, just write the sequence here. I'm sorry, not the sequence. Start with the smallest. Write these 3 numbers out. Okay, and then write equals, and then start with the smallest number and complete it. Okay, and do that for B and C as well. For the second part of 3, just say start with the largest number. And again, you saw me do that earlier in the video. So again, if you're going to write this on paper, just write like letter D, write these 3 numbers presented here that you can see, and just write equals, and then just write the sequence starting with the largest number. Okay. Number 4 is just write the number between letter A, and again, I'm not going to say these numbers, I'm just going to circle it here. So there are 2 numbers here, and what's the number between? Between is in the middle. So what comes between this number I'm circling and this number I'm circling? Okay, and you can, again, if you're going to write this on paper, write this part out they're showing here that I'm circling, and then just write the answer next to it here. Okay, so you can just put the answer here next to it. Okay, for number 5, write a number between. Okay, now this one involves a little bit of reading and thinking. So for letter A, you've got, again, this number that I'm circling here, and this number that I'm circling here. And it says to write a number. That means you have several choices. So long as that number fits between this number I'm circling and this number I'm circling, it will work. Okay? So you can have several answers and follow the directions, please. Just write a number, not a bunch of numbers, please. So again, just if you're writing this on paper, just write letter A, write these two numbers as you see it here, write it out, and then just right next to it, and then just again put it in a square, write a number that would fit. Okay? And again, if I'm talking too fast, I apologize. You can play the video back again and listen to me if you feel that I'm talking a bit fast. Okay? I just don't want the video to go not too long here. So I'm almost finished here. Let's look at number 6. Very straightforward. It just says write true or false. So you can write T or F here and just tell me if it's true or false. So again, on a piece of paper, if you're doing it on paper, just write 6A and just write T or F here for true or false. And do the same thing for B and C as well. For number 7, it says copy and complete to make each number story true. So again, you could have possibly several answers here. Just put the number down, like for example, and again, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to give anything away. But for example, letter A, you've got this empty space here for a number, and then you got this number that I'm circling here. Put a number here in the square that will make this whole statement that I'm circling true. Okay? So again, as with the previous examples, previous problem, you could have more than one answer. Just pick one number. Okay? So that's it for the bonus activity. And I appreciate you, as always, spending part of your day with me, looking at my videos. I hope that you find this number sequence activity helpful and informative. And again, please, if you have anything you would like to see me do in addition to this, just send me a message and we can make an arrangement. Okay, so on that, I will end the video now, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thank you once again for joining in today's lesson. Please message me through Facebook Messenger, or you can email me at jollyformore@gmail.com to learn more about my online tutorial service. Please leave a comment down below. If you know someone interested in hiring an online tutor, share this video. And if you would like to get a bell notification for all my newest videos, please subscribe to my channel. I look forward to seeing you again in my next video. And until then, please be safe out there. Have a great day.